live in Wuhan.
We did live in...
all live in
Look,
why are you singling
she
her out?
coughed. I didn't cough. You didn't cough. She coughed. So guess what? We have to now get the little mask and protect ourselves from her.
Yeah, the mask.
Have you seen the pictures from CCTV of the doctors who have like these massive impressions in their skin and cuts and stuff from having to wear the goggles and the mats for so many hours? Then now like they're like almost...
Yeah, but that's the problem with the mask. You're wearing the
They're because
crappy
they're... No,
they have
it's
to wear
because
the
they're wearing...
nice ones.
They're wearing them so tight
Right.
and for
to make
so
the
many
seal.
hours that then like there was one doctor who had like a cut like this and another one here. And
But it would seem like if you're going to be a doctor that you would need the kind that is the whole...
head thing.
Because you're wearing
need
it
a
longer.
hazmat suit.
Yeah. and
Well,
you-
some of them have those.
Well, I'm talking about the ones that were on the inside.
Yeah.
Nothing is on your skin.
Yeah.
It's just all around you. Because you are wearing it for
Many hours.
long.
Yeah, they're wearing them like 12, 18 hours at a time.
Right. That to wear that one thing, that would be like in the moment, put that on, but eventually it's like I got to get out of that and get into something that
I mean,
can work
we
in.
heard the story on the BBC this week, how the reporter was describing some of these doctors and nurses who were in hazmat suits sleeping on the floor of the hospital because they're working so many long hours and they can't go home. So they're sleeping on the floor in hazmat suits.
Like I said, how do you manage an outbreak? This is the problem. How does this actually get managed? And the other side of it is, how does it get managed when people want to deny that it's an outbreak?
Right, like the guy, the governor.
No, they denied it first.
The governor and the health minister in Wuhan.
The first doctor that died.
Right.
He died, but he was essentially the whistleblower saying that this was an outbreak, and they tried to silence him and say that he was spreading fear and confusion and
then
basically lying to people.
The guy
and then he was proven right.
The governor and is it the mayor or someone else in Wuhan were replaced this week.
Yeah, but see,
because they didn't contain it. But from what the governor was saying is, but I couldn't do more than what I was allowed to do.
See, I don't believe either. I don't necessarily believe that because, like I said, they have all the power and they have no power at the same time. So you could have done something. They could have listened to the doctor that was blowing the whistle in Wuhan.
Yep.
This SARS thing that happened a few years ago, that happened in Wuhan. So if
the AIDS epidemic in China started in Wuhan.
So having that knowledge that
wait a minute,
these things
are coming out of Wuhan.
Yes. Yeah. You know that when we went to
and you live there, so
when we went to go get our health check in Wuhan, I had to force the nurse to change her gloves and get a brand new needle.
Okay, now you're trying to place blame on people in Wuhan. Are you trying to say it's their fault?
Yep.
I'm trying to say that they are the beginning of the plague?
Yep.
Sure. If it's happened 3 different times.
Well,
yeah.
But is it
3 major epidemics come from that one city?
But do you think it's the practices of the medical establishment, or it's something about the people in the rural areas that, well, once it breaks out, it's the medical people, but do you think it's the lack of good practices,
who starts it,
or is it the people and something about the culture of the people and what they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis?
I think it's a combination of the two. Because
I
as someone who had to fight with the nurse to give me a clean fucking needle when there are signs all over talking about the AIDS epidemic.
I want you to remember this moment because this is the volume.
I know, right?
And then she had the nerve to be angry with me because I insisted that she put on brand new gloves and get a brand new needle.
Because you inconvenienced her.
That's right.
Because what they do, people, this is not even a joke. This is no hyperbole.
This is not hyperbolic.
This is straight up fucking fact.
Here it comes.
And you're about to hear the normal talk, by the way.
they will put on the latex gloves, 2 or 3 pair. And then when they take the latex gloves off, like we would take them off and throw them in the garbage, they take them off and lay them on their desk. And then when the next patient comes, they pick those same gloves up and put them back on.
Which is weird. If you're gonna do that, why not just keep them on?
Because then you're gonna get them dirty
sweat.
by touching them.
But you got them dirty by putting
No,
them
you're
back.
gonna get them dirty by touching all the other things on your desk and all the, So if you want to keep them clean, you put them on your desk.
No, if you want to keep them clean, don't quit, because they're not clean already. They were clean when you took them out the box.
If you want to keep them clean,
No.
you put them on your desk.
No. That's not how that works.
Damn it.
These big motherfuckers, these nasty.
And you
dirty
use that big giant wand thing for the ultrasound, and you just keep shoving it up women. You don't ever clean that, right?
Man,
Right?
That would be how.
Listen.
That's
everything
how you
spreads.
keep it clean. You keep using it.
No.
You keep it clean by using it.
When they said they wanted to give me
My phone gets dirty when I put it down.
when they said they wanted to give me a vaginal ultrasound and they took me to this room, there's an L-shaped bench with like 15 women naked, butt-ass naked, hip-to-hip naked, from the waist
We
down,
understand what naked means.
touching one another naked. And I could see the procedure being done on the table straight ahead with the wand inside the woman, and there's nothing on the table, no paper, no nothing, but her bare ass, and the wand is inside of her, and there is no covering on the wand. Man, these barbaric bitches. That shit was not gonna happen. I lost my cool.
My thing is, if there have been 3 separate epidemics of
But
this
that was in
proportion,
Ben Chi. That whole
yes, I
wand was
understand.
Ben Chi.
But 3 separate things of this proportion coming out of one place, wouldn't you think that they'd change something? Granted, it is China, but still, wouldn't you think that they'd change
Logic
something?
don't live there.
I know, that's in China.
Logic does not live there.
But wouldn't you think that the world around them would be like, y'all need to do something different, or something else would have to happen for them to do something?
Again, you are trying to put the logic in a place where logic dies. It dies as soon as it crosses the border. Any logic that they have learned outside of the country, they take it out of their head, they place it in the death box, and they go in, and it's all gone.
Yeah.
Logic does not live in China.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not back to no logic in China.
There's no logic in China, because he just
But
said...
it's 3 separate things coming out of one place.
Oh, you're talking about the viruses coming out of Wuhan? Well,
the epidemics.
But maybe this has to do with
It's like something
like the climate, the area. Maybe it's the fact that there's a big dam stopping the water from moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Three Gorges Dam. You know the big river that runs through Wuhan and goes all the way to Shanghai?
The pineapple building, we went to the river.
Okay, so that water is dammed up further west. It's a big, giant, famous dam. You can look it up, the Three Gorges Dam. And maybe that has something to do with this. Maybe it's environmental, and this is why they're having these events in this place, because there's got to be some reason why it's happening here and not further north and not further south.
Also, it probably is somewhat medical.
But the medical establishment in
Especially
Wuhan,
the
I thought
AIDS
was
thing,
more progressive than it was in the north. I thought.
Okay, hold on.
I thought.
Okay, but with the AIDS thing, if they don't change gloves and needles, that's exactly how that would spread.
Okay, I'm doing a little mental comparison because I had to have medical intervention in both Benchi and in Wuhan.
And
They both tried to kill me.
okay.
Oh god.
I'm not kidding, because in Benchi they had the whole.
Was it personal? Like it was only you?
No, they were trying to kill
They were trying
They
to
just
kill
tried to kill folks. So in Benchi it was. They tried to tell me I had appendicitis, but I did not have appendicitis, and so they wanted to do a surgery. And there was no fucking way that was going to happen. I'd die in my bed before those bitches were cutting me open. And then... ass to ass, man. So then when I was in Wuhan, I had bronchitis for 6 months. And when I finally went to the hospital and told the doctor, she's like, oh, you have this really chronic bronchitis. You need to have intravenous antibiotics. But let me tell you, folks, they do that for every fucking thing. You have a cold. Here, let me give you an IV. And antibiotics. And when I asked her what the name of the antibiotic was, because I'm allergic to some, and she told me the name, I said, okay, I can't have that, I'm allergic. She's like, oh, it's okay, it'll just itch a little bit. No, bitch, it will kill me. And then she was so angry with me, she basically threw me out of the hospital because I refused to take this medication that would have killed me. And so, it's the medical establishment.
But then the question then becomes, why Wuhan and not other places? So,
because
there's got to be something.
There's got to be something else in the environment as well. There's got to be other mitigating factors. So,
I mean, it's pretty flat in Wuhan, and it's.
What does flatness have to do with anything? Medical.
Well, it
could be environmental.
It's like I said, it's the environment. I mean, maybe the same animals don't even live. Further north or further south. I don't know.
They don't.
Something is going on there.
Green space and
something is going on there.
There's over the last time I looked, there were more than 12 million people in this flat.
I know, but it can't just be a lot of people in China.
Yeah.
It's got to be something else is going on that is allowing for contagions to be able to pop up in this one area. The way that they are. Oh, there it is again. She was in Wuhan.
I was also in the classroom with 24 kids who were coughing and sneezing.
I don't want to hear. Nobody. No. There's a lot of people that are in classrooms with childrens.
And they get it.
Yes, but you were in Wuhan.
I was.
So were you.
So 2 years ago, it was 11 million people.
Come on, man.
You were there, and COVID-19.
Okay. When you showed us the behind the scenes of the Night on Earth, and the guy got...
You guys should watch Night on Earth.
The guy that got bit by the macaque, and he had to get a shot. It's like, yeah, you kind of want to be there in Thailand for medical stuff.
No kidding, because Thailand's medical services are great.
They're pretty good.
That's like the place you want to get bit
by something. If you're a person used to Western medicine, basically you're going to get Western medicine in almost all of
with a Thai
outside of maybe the really super rural places.
Like, or the public hospitals are even not as great as the private hospitors, but they're still...
But doctors, to be doctors in Thailand, they have to be trained.
No, only if they're international, work at the international hospitals.
But I think those same doctors work in the other hospitals
sometimes,
as well.
Yes.
So your likelihood of getting good care is very high.
Yeah, still way better than China, because in China they give you mud.
They saved your life.
Delicious.
It's not. What?
They saved your life in Thailand.
Yes.
You got your life saved?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
you lived in Wuhan too.
So did you. We are a family.
I am surrounded by people who lived in Wuhan.
Yeah, you're one of them.
Yes, but I cannot surround myself.
Yes, they saved his life in Thailand because he had some serious
this
problems.
saved me in China. This is what stopped the bronchitis, was the jade.
Oh, you're blaming the jade for your goodness?
Yeah.
But that would be then...
They gave us
traditional Chinese medicine.
Well, the traditional... Listen, if you're in China, go to the traditional medicine doctor. Do not go to a Western medicine doctor.
No, because they still smoke in those hospitals.
Not all of them, just in the north. But
just every single one in the north.
In the traditional medicine hospital, it's cleaner, it's more efficient, you get better care.
And you get mud.
Hey man, you might get pangolin scales.
I'm sure that you do.
Yeah, also, stop killing the pangolins.
Pangolins are cute.
They're adorable little things.
And I believe they have the same problem that armadillos have.
Ooh, the chlamydia?
No, but they can carry things like that.
But
That's why they said
but see,
that.
all animals can carry things like that.
Koalas and armadillos, you should never touch them.
No. All animals.
Yeah, all animals.
Chickens.
Salmonella?
Bird flu.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. There's a whole bunch of viruses that come from the animals that we keep around us that we get stuff from them.
Right.
It's just a matter of how does it affect us.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Like-
not a matter of do they affect us.
Reptiles and lizards.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, just do it quickly.
Come on.
Why do ducks have tail feathers? To cover their butt quack.
See? These are the second grade jokes that she loves. This is what second graders love to talk about stuff. Butt jokes always work. Look at her, she's gonna die. Look, oh God, she's totally done now.
Yeah.
All right, while she is over there trying to get herself back together, oh God, the woman is crying. If you want to find the Traveling Farrs, you can find us on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, and the Google Podcast at the Traveling Farrs. If you like the Instagram and the Twitters, Traveling Farrs. If you where my most awesome daily photo is going, email travelingfars@gmail.com and the blog space, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in the blueberry. Go to the Blueberry and listen if you want the audio only. If you want the video, then that means you gotta wait a little bit and it'll be on the YouTubes. Yes, uncut on the blog space.
Full uncut.
And uncut on the iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts.
No. Well, that's if it goes to the blog space, it's going to all those podcasting places.
Yes.
Okay, that's the full show uncut.
The uncut audio.
No video though.
Yes.
If you want to see his holy shirt, well then you got to go to the YouTubes.
My failed Flash shirt. It was like I was trying to run away, but then I got shot many times.
So we're out of here. Say goodbye to the people.
Gone over.
Karen?
Ooh.
Karen, stop shopping. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people. Ooh, this is cool.
Peace!